What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Hall of Famer, legendary, retired 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, icon, Juan Manuel Marquez, who is top 5, one of my favorite fighters in history of the sport of boxing. I am biased. I feel like Juan Manuel Marquez is the greatest Mexican fighter, the second greatest Mexican fighter in boxing history, only behind the great Salvador Sanchez. With that said, Juan Manuel Marquez made a statement that I completely disagree with. Juan Manuel Marquez, he stated that he don't like, now it's no secret that Juan Manuel Marquez has been very, very critical of the decisions made by another Mexican legend and will be a first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, and 4-division champion, former undisputed super middleweight, going for a second undisputed stint as he's the unified super middleweight champion, and that's Saul Canelo Alvarez, superstar boxer. Canelo Alvarez is going to fight William Skull May 3rd, Saudi Arabia, Cinco de Mayo weekend, to recapture his IBF title. I told you this was coming down the pipeline, right? Because why? He wants to be considered a 2-time undisputed champion. William Skull was Canelo Alvarez's mandatory. Now, so many people are making so much noise about Canelo fighting William Skull and complaining about Canelo fighting William Skull as if they don't understand the play here, okay? Canelo wants to recapture his IBF title that was stripped of him for not fighting William Skull. But he's going into a mega super fight in September against one Terrence Bud Crawford, the undefeated pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed world champion. September 13th, Mexican Independence Day weekend, Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. Okay? That's going to be historic between two first ballot Hall of Famers, two legends of their era, Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Now, Juan Manuel Marquez, he feels like Terrence Crawford is going to get knocked out. He doesn't like the fight. He says that it's a money grab, and he don't like the idea that Canelo Alvarez is just simply fighting for money and not legacy. Now, here's the thing that I completely disagree with. Now, and then he goes, who's William Skull? Nobody knows who William Skull is. Rightfully stated, nobody knows who William Skull is. But you understand why he's fighting William Skull. It's not like he's just waking up today and saying, I want to fight William Skull, just because. He's fighting William Skull simply because of he needs to recapture that title, and this will make him a 2-time undisputed champion. More importantly, the question should have been aroused to the IBF, the International Boxing Federation, President Mr. Darryl Peoples. Why did William Skull be put in this position, and why was he the mandatory, and why did Canelo get stripped for not fighting William Skull? That's the question that should have been asked. Nonetheless, now, I have to disagree with Juan Marquez. It's a setup play. It's a tune-up fight and a setup play for the Terrence Crawford fight for be undisputed. Now, here's another thing. Juan Marquez says that it's a jump that's a money grab. No, it's not. Marquez did the same exact thing. Sometimes I question, why do these fighters conveniently forget history when they're looking at the future and the present? Marquez jumped from fighting Juan Baby Bull Diaz at 135 to fighting Floyd Mayweather at 147. That's a 12-pound jump. Terrence Crawford is going from 154 to 168. It's a 14-pound jump. It's only a 2-pound difference. And Floyd Mayweather was pound for pound the best fighter in the world. They both were top 5, Marquez and Floyd Mayweather. So was it a money grab and a non-legacy opportunity where people discredit Floyd Mayweather for fighting Marquez? These are things that we have to take into consideration. You see, when Floyd Mayweather fought, yes, there was a catchweight of 145. It ended up being at 147. It was only 2 pounds. Right? And Floyd Mayweather was coming off a layoff. I know people are going to say, well, Floyd was coming off a layoff. Well, Terrence Crawford fought once in August. He ain't fighting again until September. That's similar to the layoff that Floyd had. Okay? From the Ricky Hatton fight to the Marquez fight. So therefore, what I'm saying is this, is that Marquez jumped 12 pounds. You have Bernard Hopkins say it's a money grab. He jumped from 160 after losing twice to Jermaine Taylor to 175 to fight Antonio Tarver. That's 15 pounds. And he didn't look good in his last 2 fights. He lost both fights to Jermaine Taylor, then he jumped 2 weight classes. 15 pounds. Conveniently jumped over. Remember, Bernard Hopkins conveniently, strategically jumped over 68 because he said he didn't want to fight Andre Ward. If he went to 168, the people would have demanded him to fight Andre Ward. Remember, he said he didn't want to fight Andre Ward. So he fought Antonio Tarver at 175. 15 pounds. But Terrence Crawford is a money grab when Terrence Crawford did it. Marquez is jumping. He jumped from 135 to 147. That's 12 pounds. What's the difference? What's the difference? So is Floyd a money grab to fight Marquez? We got to start making this make sense, man. That's why I said I disagree with Marquez's statements. I understand nobody knows who William Skull is. It's completely understandable. But I understand the play. And that's what people are dismissing. The fact that he's fighting William Skull to get that belt back. That's it. That's all. So it's just like another fighter looking to become undisputed in a division before fighting the biggest fight. And there's another champion that's unknown, but he fights that champion just to pick up the belt. What's the difference? What's the difference? We got to start making this make sense, man. So he says that Terrence Crawford is going to get knocked out. I can't wait to see this fight in September, man. I personally feel like a lot of people are going to eat their words. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. I'm gone. Peace.